All right, guys. Hey, my name is Nick Wiesner. My name is. Sorry, we're just fixing the feedback.
Technical difficulties.
My name is Nick Wiesner. I shot and edited this video.
My name is Dana Salah. I wrote the song. We're here to answer a couple of the questions you guys sent in about the music video that premiered today on the free lifestyle.
Freestyle life.
The freestyle life. Sorry.
And so let's just jump right into it. Our first question that was sent in: how did you two get involved with the project? So a little bit of a background: we both went to college together, and we've known each other since freshman year. But it turned out that our senior year, last year, we were each doing our own school classroom projects. I was working in film, and
I was writing music for an independent study class.
Yeah.
And so by the end of our senior year, we decided to join forces.
Yeah.
I was working on an independent study project that required some filming and editing and stuff. And so we had that camera for the night, and Nick sort of was playing around with it.
Yeah, so what happened was we needed to rent a camera. So we rented a DSLR, and I said, just in case we go into shoot the next day, how about we just sort of test the camera? And we lived in the same apartment complex, and all our friends did as well. So there was a, weekend, friends are having fun and partying, and I said, you know what? Instead of just doing like test shots of anything random, how about we make this fun? And then it came forth.
We looked at the footage afterwards, and it was some good footage, and we put it to the song that I wrote, and sort of documented what our senior year was like.
And so I said, let's shoot a voiceover, let's do it, put some lights into it, and it came out pretty interesting. And then afterwards, when we then came to New York after graduation, we said, we can add some more to this video, and so we shot some New York scenes and some other lip-syncing scenes and edited it into what you see right now.
So the other question, what artists, musicians, filmmakers, or any others have influenced your work? I guess for me, when I wrote the song, there wasn't really anything that sparked, that idea, but I listened to a lot of Prince. I'm just sidetracked in the question. Prince, Fleetwood Mac. We just got a record player, so we've been playing records.
And as for me, generally, I like all sorts of classic film, Kubrick, Kurosawa, everything. But for this video, this obviously has no resemblance to that. I'd say the music video that we were watching and listening to the time as a group of friends was Barbra Streisand by Duck Sauce. And it kind of followed the same improvised documentary approach for like shots of people, smiling, referencing the camera and stuff. So I kind of said, let's do that. And people at first were a little bit awkward with the camera and the light I was using, and I said, don't worry, trust me, it'll look good. And then after a couple of drinks and they got used to it, it kind of came all right. So yeah, I'd say Barbra Streisand, Duck Sauce. So, another question we got was, what has it been like breaking into the film or music world? So
I'll let you know when we find out.
Yeah, we're relatively young. We just graduated maybe less than a year ago, and so we haven't really been breaking in. We're trying to. So I don't know. I graduated, and a week later I was sort of on a bus with a suitcase subletting, and I found a job being a director's assistant on a feature film, which was really, really exciting. I was on set 12 hours a day, 5 a.m. calls, call sheets, the whole deal. And I think that was a big reality check to the usual school projects, and kind of gave me an idea of time management, money management, how it's done in real life. So I hopefully want to take what I've learned there and sort of make it applicable to my work and stuff. So I can't really say I've been breaking in, but that's the only experience I've really gotten a glimpse of the real world. So.
And for me, when I first moved into the city, I was working at an office, hoping to be able to do music on the side, pay for studio time or whatever. But I soon came to realize that if I was going to do this, I should do it full time, do it right. So it's hard. It's hard being a struggling artist in the city, but hopefully I'll have more time to work on, other aspects of writing music, not just the singer-songwriter aspect, but the production, the engineering, all the work that goes behind it. So that's what I'm hoping to get into right now. So what advice would you give aspiring filmmakers or music artists? Work very hard and hustle.
Yeah. Yeah, just like any industry, I don't think it's like you gotta worry about distribution and thinking about like, am I gonna get my stuff out there? Who's gonna see it? I think you gotta like focus more on
the craft.
On the craft,
especially
exactly.
Nowadays, since with the internet and everything, you can get your stuff heard or seen, within hours. So yeah, focus on your craft, perfect it, never stop learning, stay hungry.
For me, filmmaking was really easy in college because we had all the resources available, and we had really expensive cameras that we could just sort of check out for the weekend. And I'd say that gave me a lot of practice and a lot of learning of just not really being worried about too caught up on one project is what I'm trying to say. Like, so short films, music videos, anything experimental, just get behind the camera, work on a little short, edit it, and you know what? You don't really have to get bogged down on thinking of being a perfectionist. You'll learn from what you messed up and just move on.
It's practice.
It's practice. So.
2 more questions.
Sure.
Go ahead.
What projects or project do you currently have in the works?
Right now I'm working on putting together an album, about 12 songs. I haven't gone into the studio to record professionally, but I'm done with half of them, or like half of the demos. So I've been focusing on that. We shot a lot our senior year for my theater studies independent project, and I think Nick can tell you what it's like working with a lot of footage.
It's a lot of footage that we're either deciding to make it a narrative short, a music video, 2-part music video. So there's a lot of stuff that we can play around with, and that's sort of in the works.
But it's really cool because a lot of people were involved in it, other DPs like Marissa Bergman, Sarah, who helped. Yeah, we handmade the costumes.
There's
a bunch of actors. Yeah, Anna, who danced in it.
So we had a lot of help on that in college. But for me, another project, like I said, advice was get your hands on a camera and just don't stop. But we graduated. I don't have really access to a lot of cameras. So I'm still considering an investment side. But a friend of mine, Charlie McSpadden, he also went to school with me, and he recently bought a DSLR as well with a lot of other equipment. So we're really excited and contemplating a lot of ideas of should we do like a web series, or I have the idea of doing info video shorts like for on the city talk, like as if it were a blog and stuff. So we're going to be messing around with that, and that should be really fun. Lastly, this is a video that a question that came in for the video by Jacob Halton. He's asking a little bit about the technical aspect. So anyway, he's like, awesome video, I like the song too. And what were most of the effects you used to get the colored tones done with lenses, filters, like the reddish yellowish tones and high contrast, or was that all done in process? So to answer your question, I shot it on a Canon 7D, and the lenses were regular, DSLR lenses. The effects were all done in post. I recommend the Magic Bullet suite. It's simple, easy to play with, even
It's
if you're
magic.
yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, you can sort of play around with that. But the only in-camera work was this sort of high fluorescent bulb that I used that was mounted onto the camera, and that reflected off of her sunglasses, and then in post the lens flares came out. And yeah,
Go ahead.
and I mean, the colored tones were chosen between the first part in Dana lying around with the cards, and then in the city it became a little bit reddish. So, and in the daylight, so the color tones were chosen by section as well.
I had to go back to like the third or fourth question about what advice we'd give to musicians or filmmakers. Use the resources around you. Nowadays, you don't really need like high-end equipment and stuff. The light he's talking about was used to grow, plants. We just found it
in Home Depot or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was just worried about the color temperature, and so I read.
So people are making songs using USB mics. Nothing sounds perfect nowadays, and that's part of the aesthetic. So just use the resources you have.
Yeah, this isn't gonna go on like national TV broadcast. Like, you can get away with some things, and just use what you have around you. You never even, you might be surprised from what works and what doesn't. So. And that, I think, does it for questions. I think there's anything else coming in?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank you. I hope you guys enjoy the video. It's fun.
Thanks for watching it.
Yeah, thank you. So, all right. Bye-bye.
Bye.